All right. So, Sanjay Lazar, then does this, would you say, expose a deeper problem with how safety advisories are being treated by Indian operators? Because let's remember, the FAA actually issued an advisory in 2018 about this very risk on similar switches, but we saw Air India not acting it, calling it non-mandatory at that time.
Yeah, the FAA's 2018 directive was in fact non-mandatory, and for all operators across the world for 73, it emanated from a 737 problem, but it covered aircrafts like 747, 757, 767, the 787, and we don't really know how other operators around the world treated it. But coming to this, you spoke of design flaw. Prior to this, with by previous guests, the report itself has raised more questions than it answers, in my view. I find it very strange that 3 days ago, US-based sources, media sources, had all these details, and we were not reporting this in India, nor was the government telling us. Also regrettable that the entire CVR transcript was not released by AAIB to help us all understand more. And, like Captain Panesar said, it should have been, would have been more comfortable had it been a judicial inquiry also, rather than just a bureaucratic inquiry apart from the AAIB, because these details would come out. The other thing is, they just mentioned one line. One pilot asked the other, why did you cut off? He says, no, I didn't. And we know that the FAA directive of 2018 says there could be inadvertent deployment. Now, we don't know whether this piece, now it's not one, remember, it's not one lock, it's a combined piece of two. So when something is wrong with one, you replace both. Now, whether that product was actually a defective one or not, or whether it belonged to the 2018 mandated specification, we don't know. We do know that the throttle levers were changed in 2023. And there was trouble-free aircraft. And we now understand purely that something caused both engines to fail, lack of fuel, as we now know. How and why, we don't know. So I find it very strange that the last line, the report is also, not given a clean sheet, but it says there are no recommendations for Boeing or GE, which would imply that either the AAIB knows more than it's willing to disclose at this point, or, without having concluded a thorough investigation, we are now saying it's okay, let the 2018 circular go, be by the wayside, and Boeing and GE can continue doing what they want. So that has troubled me a lot. It's indicative of a reason to want to point to human error or pilot error or whatever.